What's up, YouTube? Will here, back for another IdleOn account review. Today we're here with Sarge. Sarge has asked for an account review. He's in World 4. Now that being said, Sarge, what would you like us to review? Are you looking for advice on a certain mechanic? Are you looking for general help, direction? What be the case? And also, you folks in the lovely Twitch chat, wave hello, say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. Just looking for general progression. General progression, we can do. So you're at World 4. So whereabouts are you in World 4? Have you just unlocked World 4? Are you just pushing through maps right now? Whereabouts are you? Let's take a look right off the bat. Pushing maps with DK. Good choice. Good choice. Traps are reduced. Some anvil points. Yeah, so you're at Worms here with this guy. Okay, cool. So, straight off the rip. One thing I can see, you've got one free star sign on your Sarge Gamer character, so you're one that's sitting in lab. Just equip a star sign. He might not be doing stuff, and he'll just be sitting in lab, but you may be at the point with your star signs that we'll check. There are a few star signs that do give lab experience, so definitely worth taking a look at that. Make sure you sign that. Your dilapidated slush is at 5, so don't forget to do your mini bosses here. Oh, you've never done dilapidated slush. Okay. Dilapidated Slush is a World 3 mini-boss that you can do by pouring a pile of slush. It's a craftable item you can get. You craft the item and you throw it into a pile of snow in one of the World 3 maps, and he's a mini-boss. Oh, you don't have the drop for it yet. Well, try to get the drop for it if you can. It will help you out great. He gives keys, candies, gems. It's great rewards for you. And you want to run them on rotation, obviously. So let's break it down. Let's take a look at your characters. Okay, it looks like you've done some swiping, my boy. Swiping. Oh, that being said, it's not too bad. Kind of spread around your gold. Yeah, all over, which is not too terrible. But I can definitely see some mistakes. We'll take a look at your skills, and if you have the ability to, we want to get you off the wax skulls as soon as possible. Wax skulls are terrible. Terrible. No. They're good for a temporary measure, just to get everybody, having some charge, but you want to upgrade them as soon as possible. Let's take a look at your dashboard. Yeah, you can at least get some of these folks up to ceramic and horned on your, most of your folks up to ceramic. So try to get everybody up to ceramic, and you can do horned on your ES, which is good. Try to get that done. Try to get them up to at least ceramic, because the base skulls are atrocious. Some golden food, gold armor. Really, it's in an interesting position where you're at. One thing I'd say is at least get tools on everybody. Get tools on everybody. Just to have the additional stat sticks. They don't have to be super perfect, is the thing. They can be basic tools. The end game goal, I say end game, but like the mid game goal you want to try to achieve is getting void tools for everybody. Void tools is a really solid base to get going. I don't think you're at that point super yet, but just getting tools to everybody is a good start. They're free stats, free stats. Let's break down your account. Give me one moment here. I'll pause the recording. All right. So you've got some statues going. Looks like you don't have any of the World 4 statues yet, which are the mutton and the egg, which are definitely good for the cooking XP and the breeding XP, which is good. Oh, and actually, you do have the coins one, which is good. Your obols are not that good. Stamps are really low. Are you missing a few stamps? Oh, one moment. Apologies once again, the wife. Take a look at your stamps. Yeah, your stamps could definitely use some love. Definitely use some love, my friend. From where you're at, I'd say you want to have a 2K to 3K stamp minimum. really getting the most bang for your buck on your stamps. If you're hurting for, say, money efficiencies, like, would DK be better to push, or DK? DK is the best way to push Demon. But yeah, don't neglect your stamps. I know a lot of these are like you won't be able to even hold enough in your storage for them, but I mean, stuff like your crystalline stamp is so important to get your crystal spawnings going. Vendor stamp is useful for some things. Eventually, you'll get the gold apple stamp. This is going to be good for your gold food. This will be great. The Questing stamp is a good padding stamp, so if you want to push for a higher stamp total, you'll be able to push with this. Would recommend. And what's great, that the fact that you're in World 4 is you'll have access to cooking, and you'll be able to get the ladle stamp eventually, and the cooking efficiency gains on this are disgusting, alongside the cooked meal stamp and the meal cooking speed. You're going to push World 4 like crazy with these. So I would reinvest in your stamps. It's always good to keep pushing for cap as well. It's very, very critical. Eventually, when you get the drippy drop stamp too, this is really, really good. Alchemy is going to be your bottleneck going into the late game. Alchemy's liquids are critical for any kind of upgrades you need. And yeah, you don't ever want to like renege on it and forget about it. They're really, really important. So I would revisit your stamps, try to push them to 2K, and ideally 3K. Stamps not going too long. This is where you're gonna hurt. This is where you're gonna hurt. You have to take a pause, and you're really gonna need to work on this stuff, man. You can't neglect it. If you take a look on the YouTube channel that we got, a lot of our videos are gonna push people back to, hey, work on your vials, work on your stamps, work on alchemy, because that's where a lot of people miss out on bonuses that help push their account. You're not fully into the end game there, or even like the start of it, so and start fixing. So yeah, and that's fine. World 5 has some really, really good bonuses that'll help you out, especially with whole content too. Like there's some crazy account bonuses in there. Let's check Owl. Okay, you do click, which is good. You got Owl up to 3. That's good. Good. You'll push this eventually. Right now it's not super critical. You're working on other stuff. Just make sure you're doing your resets and you're getting the most bang for your buck, so you can just do your one and dones and keep going. So, and yeah, as you just said, oh my boy, my poor boy. Okay. So, do you know what the golden 2 alchemy bubbles are when it comes to alchemy? Here, Sarge? So, the golden 2 bubbles for alchemy is FMJ, which is going to give you more defense from your equipment, and Chakracy. Chakracy and FMJ are stupidly good. Stupidly good. Hey, congrats, Chris. Congrats. But the reason you want to focus on this is going to give you more accuracy, so you're going to be able to actually guarantee hit mobs when you're pushing for farther world content. And the FMJ is going to increase your survivability, so you're not going to get hit as hard, and you're going to be able to push those maps even better. So if you're struggling for mapping, like you're not getting a full 100% accuracy on maps, and you're hitting like 85s, 90s, double back, do some investing in your Chakracy. If you're getting beat the fuck up and survivability is terrible, invest in FMJ. That's what I recommend. 100%. And keep pushing your bubbles out. Like, there's some really good bonuses as you push these guys out. A lot of gains, a lot of multi-kill, a lot of bonuses like that. So, making 100% all the way to World 4. Yeah, and that's good. But these will definitely help you out later if your gear's not fully caught up and things like that. So, in that case, you'll be good. Also, Sample It is disgustingly good for your print sizes. So you'll definitely want to level up Sample It when you have it unlocked. It's so good. So good. Another bubble to help you with your alchemy. The Daily Drip. Max Cap. Totally worth it. And this is a one that a lot of people tend to forget exists in this column. Undeveloped cost. This is going to reduce the cost of all the alchemy bubbles by %. So it's going to help if you're hurting on materials, but you're not hurting on liquids as much. you'll be able to spend more materials and get more bubbles for less cost. So don't sleep on this guy. Absolutely don't sleep on this guy. Very, very much so worth it. There is drop rate as well if you really want to get some more drop rate if you're struggling against some of the items. Starter XP is unique in the sense that it doesn't allow statues to reset its XP bar anymore. So when you get this far enough up, like a very fair way, basically you can have it so that when you deposit one statue, it's going to retain like a quarter of its XP kind of thing. But this is much farther down the line. For now, just keep pushing on this. Cooking roadkill is very good. A brain tool is very good. If you're hurting on logs, Hocus Chopus is very, very good. Heart Diggy is fantastic if you want to keep pushing your mining efficiency. Like, there's so many very good vials. And you've got Sanic Tools for your catching. Like, Alchemy will take your account to the fucking moon. It is a amazing mechanic that you just need to invest the time and the resources in, and you can get there. Your goal when it comes to alchemy is to reach 70%. Now, for you, I think a good mid-ground, I'd say get all your stuff up to 50. So if we drop this down to 50, try like a good start point. You only need about 100 levels, such on and so forth. And if you're wondering, well, how the hell am I going to get to 100 levels? Larry. Larry is the third of the golden, just as Roy mentioned. Larry is free upgrades. So you definitely want to invest some points into Larry. 100%. 150%. Get some points into Larry so you have the chance to double your upgrades. 2 for 1 for free. So that's why I'd say you focus on getting your Larry up. If you're hurting on defense, FMJ, if you're hurting on accuracy, Shakracy. But just keep pushing this out. Let's see, Cauldron. You better not be working on sigils. Okay, you're not. Okay, you've got people in here, which is fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, getting Larry to 110, 150%. Yeah, Larry is disgustingly good because his cap is crazy. Just keep investing in your Cauldron upgrades as well. If you're starting to hurt and say, well, shit, you know, it's a... What's a good number? Say 5 or 6% chance to pull a bubble. Take a step back, invest in some luck, and keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. So you don't want to neglect any of the upgrades when it comes to here. And please do not forget to buy the upgrades in the pay-to-win app. Especially like the regen, the capacity. All this is going to help you greatly. It's just going to cost you money. You know, same with the cauldrons themselves. Like, just spend the money, invest in here, and you'll be off to the races when it comes to getting alchemy started. So for vials, do your daily vials. Do your daily vials. You 100% want to keep pushing your vials. There are so many good bonuses in your vials. You've got additional cash, you've got capacity, you've got brew speed increases for these. Do your vials. Do your vials. Yes, not to mention Bubo damage. Bubo has the innate ability to gain bonus damage from, what is it, every level 7 vial? Level 3, something like that, if I remember. So definitely keep pushing on your vials. Even if you're failing, that's fine. Just keep pushing your chances on this. You want to keep going. Every level 4, sorry. So definitely work on your vials. Sigils, don't ever touch sigils yet. You're not at that point. Just ignore the sigils area. Let's take kangaroo. You've done some kangaroo. So yeah, I think you're fine with that for the time being. How's your prints? I mean, you're really, yeah. It's print sample size. We'll take a look at your prayers too. How's your refinery?
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Okay, well that doesn't fit that review. You're working on assaults. That's good. Just When it comes to salts, be careful not to salt lock yourself. You can very, very easily salt lock yourself, and it's going to be a painful experience like this. The reason for it being is if you look at these stats here, you produce 27 red salt an hour.
That it's a skill issue, just don't die.
Thank you, Chris. He has on blue right now. Yeah. So if you look, you produce 27 salts an hour, but you need 36 to keep explosive salts going. And you really don't need to be auto refining at this point. You are not at the point where you need to be doing 10%. You want to push out your salt some more. So what I'd recommend, and we have this in the Discord, if you take a look at the Discord, we have sheets on what the salt ratios are. GriffyBit has it, Main's Discord has it, Nocturnal Gaming's Discord has it, Reddit has it. There are sheets out there for the salt ratios, so you don't soft lock yourself like this. And it'll tell you what ranks things need to be in order to have a free-flowing salts and so on and so forth. So yeah, I would shut this off. Don't auto-refine at 10%. Let them keep building up and keep pushing to unlock the other salts with it. So I would definitely stop trying to auto-refine this here, Sarge. You should not have Atom Collider. Equinox. Okay, your Equinox. Do you have... Okay, thank you, Chris. Is this the one I was looking for? Yeah. So we're going to pull this over here. So this is what we're talking about here, where it's the minimum ranks required to prevent salt locking. So you don't have greens, purples, or nulls yet, so don't worry about that. But these are the ranks you're going to want to have to prevent yourself from being salt locked. Right now, you're pretty screwed. So in this case, to make up for it, so if we take a look back at the refinery here, so you're at 4, you're at 3, you're at 3. So we're going to look at the last one. We're going to look at the last one here. In order to get salts unsalt locked, you need to be 6 in orange and 11 in red salts. Now, if you had kept it at 1, you'd be 3 in orange and 6 in red salts, and so on and so forth. So do not, you can put blues at 10 for now, but you need to level orange and you need to level reds. So yeah, and we've got like, the one I'm doing is like you need 42 red and so on and so forth, because salt locking can really hurt your account. It's going to create an inability to have salts, which you're going to need for any gear past World 5. Yeah, red is needed way more than anything else. So yeah, take a look at this. We've got this in the Discord. Take the one that Chris just linked. This is the same one. And this will help you greatly. Just keep this, like, save it on your phone or what have you, and just reference it every once in a while that you need it. So back to Equinox. So with Equinox, the way that Equinox works is it's not as bad, but orange is also a lot better. Yeah. Equinox is going to give you a bunch of challenges, and you want to complete these challenges because you're going to get access to the upgrades. Now, for one, the Equinox resources upgrade that it gives is required for alchemy. It does have some uses, and eventually, when you get into World 6, one of the armors requires the ore. It is very much worth doing, hands down. What's nice is this one right here, Liquid Investment. So, Liquid Investment is, if your liquids are fully full, it's going to invest the percentile, starting at 9 and it goes on and so forth, into upgrades. So you're not just pissing away liquid gain, which is really nice, so that you're not losing any of your actual time. Like, oh shit, I haven't touched the game in 3 or 4 days, and I'm max liquids. Well, 9% of that is going at least into the cap rate, and you're not gaining anything. Also, Matching Sims, fucking broken. It's its own multiplier damage, and you will upgrade this as well up to, I think it's like 13 is the max. It's huge. Once you get into gaming and roll 5, metal detector, and so on and so forth. Equinox has some incredible bonuses. You just need to make sure you're doing your daily dreams, making sure you do it. There's a lot of challenges that can be difficult. If you're having trouble with 1 or 2 of them, feel free to ask and we'll help you out. I think one of the easiest early ones to get is green stacking items. Can be difficult, but is actually fairly achievable. Let's take a look at your buildings. Okay. Okay. So make sure to buy Bob Joe pickles too. Yeah. So in World 2, there's the vendor there who sells Bob Joe pickles. They're the green pickles with a face. You're gonna buy those and you're gonna use those for a vial later. You need like a lot to do it, so it's good to buy it now. So for you, automation arm, cost cruncher, chest, trapper, Solic. Nah, 3D printer, Death Note. These are all good. I would take a pause on Boulder Roller for a bit. Automation arm, disgustingly good. Hey, thank you, Jules, for the follow. Welcome to the vault. Cost cruncher is fantastic. Don't nig on it, but automation arm is disgusting. Automation arm is super disgusting. Trapper Joan is great. Yeah. Automation arm says, hey, fuck rehashing food. I'm not re-equipping food. Like, it will do it for you, and eventually you'll have it so it'll automatically claim shit as well. It'll restock your ores. Like, it's super, super, super good. I'd work on this upper section first before anything, except for you, Atom Collider. You don't count. Work on this upper section. Death Note is fantastic. 3D printer, just max this out quickly. It doesn't take much. Salt Lake has got some really, really good stuff. Obviously, Trapper Joan. Chest space, you're always going to need chest space. Cost Cruncher, you fucking need it. Cost Cruncher is great, and Automation Arm. And then you can double back and work on some of the stuff down here. So, focus on this upper area. Don't worry about anything else. Yeah, I kind of figured. I mean, I don't expect it from a Death Note. You're super early. I'm not really worried. So, by the looks of it, you haven't gotten to Equinox yet. If that's the case, I mean, you really want to get started on Equinox. It just takes a lot of time to get going. So, there's a few guides on details on how to get there. My biggest concern is I don't know if you would survive. The Equinox mobs are different than the rest of the World 3 mobs. But, yeah, definitely unlock Equinox if you can do it, and if you can survive, don't try to force your way through it if you can't. Yeah, like I said when it comes to worshipping earlier, replace the wax skulls, give them whatever you can, and just make sure you're using their charges. Make sure you're redeeming souls, you're getting what you can, so on and so forth. Now, prayers. Actually, hold on. What waves are you at? Okay, your first goal, your absolute first goal, is to get level 21 at Acorn Assault. ASAP, because Royal Sampler, you have your printer, will give you free sample gains. Does this look bad? This 27% gain? Yes, it looks bad. It's really not. It's really, really not. You need to go get Royal Sampler. It is disgustingly good. It is so fucking good. Try to push my ace to 30 to do it. Okay, good. Yeah. Get your Acorn Assault up. Grab Royal Sampler. Level the piss out of it. You'll never take it off. I haven't taken it off since I unlocked it. And you'll level it up till you get 90% efficiency on your prints. That is the way you handle it. 90% efficiency on your prints. Yeah, it's part of the play. Yeah, it's required. It's required. Just claim your traps. Keep making sure you have people on your... it's additive. Yeah, it's not multiplicative, so you're fine. So in terms of trapping, I just want to make sure that you're applying your boxes where you can, Sarge. Don't leave them empty. If you have the slots, you've got a few empty slots, and just make sure you're redeeming them. If you're having trouble redeeming them, up their time. If it's like, well, I can't monitor this thing 24/7, or I'm only on my phone a couple hours a day, set the traps to work in conjunction when you can check your phone, or like you come home from work, like, oh, I'll take a couple minutes and I'm going to collect all my traps from my trapper drone. So don't waste for time, because you're going to need so many critters down the line. You can't get gems. Yeah, exactly. That prayer is terrible. Or that bonus is terrible because there's too many good prayers out there. There's no reason not to. So yeah, like you've got some, like your Sarge Gamer's got a couple of slots for it. So yeah, just don't forget about them. You want to push these guys' levels, and it's going to be better once you get like V-Man going, due to the way V-Man has its skill experience. But that's much farther down the line. Just keep working, make sure they have the best box you can possibly craft, and that they can equip, and then just keep working on your critters that way. Obviously, keep working with your hunter to get more and more critters and show off your shiny critters. So that's what I recommend for your traps here. How's your salt lick? Yeah, finish this up when you can. This is going to help with your prints. You're going to get more and more. This is critical. This is critical. Refinery takes so fucking long without bonuses. It's ridiculous. It takes so goddamn long. So definitely get this done up for your salt lick. Complete this as soon as you can, because the talent books are really where you're going to get pinned in the end game, where you're not able to get the most bang for your buck out of your... Yeah, it's one hour per cycle. It's rough, but you can get that down surprisingly well. Really surprisingly well. Also, a piece of bonus that you can get here is the points earned during Worship Tower. You obviously don't have this salt yet. When you do, max out the cheap stuff first. The last two that should be standing are the plus total damage dealt with your penguins and your liquid capacity rates in alchemy with your mousies. These are going to like be your last two standing, hopefully. How's your construction looking? I know you've done some swiping in the past, bud, but if you really want to choose your construction, I would do some swiping on your construction. I'm not saying it's super critical to do it, but if you really want to get the most out of it, there are some great swipes. You can get the mega gears and things like that. It'll help boost your construction speed like crazy. But this is fine. Just keep replacing them with better and better gear. You want to focus on XP and build percent is the best way to put it. XP, build percent, and build rate are your go-tos, as well as some flaggy early. So obviously you can expand more and more of your grid. How's your cooking looking? Okay, well these numbers are weird. Let's refresh this, see if she's just wigging out. Nope, this is my own account. What the hell? Why is it being done? I'm going to go back to this. Apologies for that. I don't know what the hell happened to it. Accounts. He's independent one construction causes that fight. Yeah, Roy, but you're a psychopath. But no, I mean, he's done swiping. That's figure why I bring it up an option that, like, hey, you've got the cash and you really want to choose your construction, you can do that. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. I don't know why it was bugging out. Okay, don't do the spread out mentality. Don't work on like one thing and then work on another. Focus on all of them crafting one right now. Meal cooking speed is critical. Critical. Meal cooking speed. 100%. You are missing a lot of the kitchens by the looks of it, which is fine. The big thing here with this is just making sure that as you're pushing your breeding, you're still investing in both getting new meals from getting the new spices and investing those spices back into your kitchen so you're upgrading their speeds, as you can see. So if you don't know, you can click on the kitchens themselves, you can upgrade them, and the modifiers you care about are speed, fire, and luck. Speed is how fast you're going to be cooking. Fire is how much of the cooking you'll retain when you try a new recipe, and then luck is the likelihood of you getting that new recipe. Typically, the first table that you have, the one that's closest to the cooking sign, is going to be your best bet for cooking new recipes because it's the cheapest to level with the 3 spices you have. So definitely don't forget to spend your spices so you actually get more and more cooking. And there's other bonuses in the game that are going to boost the ever-loving shit out of your cooking too. but you definitely want to focus on your cooking speed. What's going to be huge is, as I said, when you work through your kitchen levels and your upgrades there, getting cabbage is going to be really nice because this is going to scale based off of how much you're actually investing your spices back into your kitchen. Yeah, one gem shop kitchen helps a lot. There are some really good, like in World 4 in terms, there's some good swiping to be done if you really want to help for the sake of your convenience. There's a lot there. How's your breeding looking? Okay, so... Okay, you're pushing territories, that's good. Yeah, just keep working on it. Your arena's... Yeah. We'll take a look at your lab, but if you have it connected, it'll be good for you. Okay, you don't. So you want to connect to Animal Farm, and you 100% want to connect to the gilded tubing. 100%. You need to touch these. You 100% need to connect to these two. Reason for being, Animal Farm is going to give you total damage percent based off of all the different species you have in your breeding. It's also right near the entrance and is very easy to grab, just kind of slightly hooking into it. So every time you unlock a new breeding animal in breeding, you're going to get 1% bonus damage to your account, which is early on, that does make, a difference. So definitely pick that up, hands down. And the reason I suggest you want to pick up the tubing is it's going to make all salts go 3 times faster. Hands down. Hands down. That being said, you have Killer Brightside, which is fantastic. World Shining Tour, which is really, really good. Do not connect to the Viaduct of the Gods. It is not worth your time. Hell to the fuck no. Don't touch this right now. It is not worth your time. Certified Stamp Book definitely is worth your time because it is double the bonus. Same with Spelunker Obol. So just so it's going to help with your jewels downline, which are these guys down here, which you have some. This is very, very good. But for Stamp Book, this will help. This will help you because you're totally, well, I wouldn't say hurt by it, but your stamps are low, and this will help give you a little bit of a push. So while you work on your stamps. One nice thing here is the Fungi Pocket Picker. Fungi Pocket Picker is more of a late game or mid to late game connection due to the way that you can get kills on green mushrooms with your archers. Because the optimal setup is you have an archer in green mushrooms who is doing killing for Fungi Pocket Picker and for its innate ability to produce more and more bars. So early on, I'd say you're doing good, but you definitely want to pick up tubing, and you definitely want to pick up Animal Farm so you can get the bonus damage, and you're going to help with your salts. 100%. I doubt you've touched Rift. Nope. You haven't touched Rift. So Rift is something you'll be access to in World 4. Its bonuses are really good. The key bonus, if you can really get it, and once you have your Trapper Drone, is this. Trap Box Vacuum. So every 24 hours, it'll deposit it in your storage chest, and the XP will go to the ones who placed the traps. The reason this is so good, and there's a weird way this works, is it doesn't work on days you don't log in a sense. So what you would end up doing is basically once a day, you would log in, and the vacuum box would suck everything up, put it in storage, and give the XP to those who place the trap. So this is good if you're like, oh, well, I don't want to manually claim and deposit. You just set your traps up to be claimable every 24 hours. You wait for the 24 hours and they're ready, hit it, and then the vacuum will do the rest. The key bonus, like in general though, yeah, as Roy says, is skill mastery. It's fucking disgustingly good. It doesn't have the tab here, but the way that skill mastery operates is once you get level 300 in all your skills across your account, so getting all your characters to have a total of level 300 in one skill, so 300 mining between all your characters, 300 chopping in all your characters, will make your cards passive. So skill mastery is something you definitely want to go for. I don't know if that'll be super achievable for you given how Rift scales. But it is definitely worth doing it. As well as star signs, if it's star signs, but this is going to scale way more once you get into shinies and shit and breeding. Not super important right now. Your tome, you're unranked. Unranked, which is fine. Tome, really not important for you right now. Really, really, really not important for you. And you don't have World 5 and you don't have World 6 unlocked, right? It's just up to World 4, right, Sarge? Okay, perfect. Well, we'll take a look at your cards too while we're at it. Mushrooms, luck, it's okay. Okay, you're up to Dementia, which is good. Void, your Scorpio cards. Yeah, somebody has done swiping. I'm sitting here, I'm like, somebody's done some swiping here. It's a shame you missed out on, like, the really good one. The Sovereign Emperor multi-kill per tier is really, really good. Yeah, my big thing, actually just do something. That's understandable. Just make sure you're gathering all your cards. That's a big thing. Yeah, 120% multi. Yeah, it's disgustingly good. So, and what's nice is, yeah, like I said earlier, with Skill Mastery, eventually all those cards will be passive. So all your mining cards will be passive, all your chopping cards will be passive, all your fishing cards and catching and so on and so forth, down the line. So what I'd say for you, at least from a gear perspective, is since you're in World 4, I would recommend start working towards getting Cheezor on everybody. I think Cheezors are pretty, attainable task given where you're at. Getting Cheezor gear would be really nice. It'll be good because it'll help push you through World 5. And eventually when you start to get the scarfs and like. So I definitely recommend with your pusher, because you've obviously got your DK, get Cheezor for your DK going. Make sure you're replacing your traps with the best trap they can possibly equip and the best one they can possibly craft. Give everybody you can tools. Give everybody you can tools. Is what I would say. Give everybody you can tools. Just get the free stat sticks and immediately replace your wax skulls. Your food inventory is going to feel so much nicer once you get the automation arm going, because you won't have to worry about restocking your food anymore. And it's really, really good. Don't listen to Hush. Don't listen to Hush. Hush is gaslighting you. Do not make a second journeyman. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. But I think this will give you plenty to work with. Like a really, really key amount to work with here. Now, do you have any questions or concerns, comments for the class, anything like that? Don't listen to fucking Wisp. Wisp is dumb. Chris has a swiping problem. Oh, glad to have helped you, Sarge. That being said, this has been another account review. We'll be getting this up on YouTube in the next couple of days. Everybody in Twitch chat, say goodbye. And thank you, Sarge, for letting us view your account. And he's already got Doot. He is fucking on all of you guys who don't have Doot. This man swipes and has Doot. You guys are toast. Once he gets Divinity, this man's gains are going to be fucking insane. But adios, YouTube. We'll see you in the next video.